If this message found you right now, in this exact moment, it is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. It is not the algorithm. Something far older and far more intelligent than any technology delivered this to your awareness, because you are ready to hear what I am about to say. And I need you to stay with me, not just with your ears, but with your whole being, because the next several minutes are going to dismantle something inside you that has been running the show for longer than you realize. That exhaustion you have been carrying, that bone-deep fatigue that sleep does not seem to touch, that heaviness that sits behind your eyes and in the center of your chest. Everyone around you has probably told you it means you need rest, that you are burning out, that you need to slow down, take a break, recalibrate. And on the surface, sure, rest is important. But here is what no one is telling you. That exhaustion is not a symptom of breakdown. It is a symptom of breakthrough. It is the feeling of an old reality losing its grip on you. It is the energetic signature of a timeline that no longer fits trying to hold together, while something massive, something luminous, something truer than anything you have ever experienced, pushes its way through from the other side. You are not falling apart. You are being restructured at the deepest level of your being. And if you can stay present with me through what comes next, you will understand not just intellectually, but cellularly exactly what is happening to you and why everything is about to change in ways your current mind cannot yet fully picture. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, not to me, but to yourself. Have you noticed that the things that used to satisfy you no longer do? The routines that once felt comfortable now feel like cages. The relationships that once felt safe now feel suffocating or hollow. The goals you once chased with fire in your belly now seem strangely irrelevant, like they belong to someone you used to be but no longer are. If you are nodding right now, if something in your chest just tightened with recognition, then you need to understand what that means. It means your frequency has already shifted. Your consciousness has already moved. But your external reality has not caught up yet. And that gap, that dissonance between who you have become on the inside and what still surrounds you on the outside, that is what is creating the exhaustion. You are literally vibrating at a frequency that your current life was not designed to contain. You are trying to run new software on old hardware, and the system is overloading. Not because something is wrong with you, but because something is profoundly right with you. Something so right that your old world cannot hold it anymore. This is what quantum physics calls a phase transition. It is what happens when a system reaches a critical threshold and can no longer maintain its current state. Think about water reaching 100 degrees. At 99 degrees, it is still water. Hot water, agitated water, water that is visibly disturbed and churning, but still water. Then one single degree more and everything changes. The entire molecular structure reorganizes. What was liquid becomes gas. What was contained becomes expansive. What was bound becomes free. That is you right now. You are at 99 degrees. You are in the final moments before a complete phase transition. And the discomfort you feel, the restlessness, the strange grief for a life you have not even lost yet, the tears that come for no reason, the nights where you lie awake feeling like something enormous is about to happen, but you cannot name it. All of this is the trembling of a system about to leap into an entirely new state of being. But here is where most people lose the thread. Here is where the transformation gets hijacked. right at the edge of the shift, right when everything is about to reorganize, the old programming kicks in. Fear, doubt. The voice that says, "Who are you to think you deserve something greater?" The voice that says, "This is just wishful thinking." The voice that says, "You have felt this before and nothing changed." That voice is not your intuition. That voice is not wisdom. That voice is the echo of an identity that is dying. And like anything that is dying, it will fight to survive. It will use every tool at its disposal: guilt, shame, logic, comparison, memory, to convince you to stay small, to convince you to retreat back to 98 degrees, where it is uncomfortable but familiar, where it hurts, but at least you know the shape of the pain. I need you to hear me clearly. Do not listen to that voice. Not today. Not right now. Because that voice is the final guardian at the gate. And the fact that it is screaming so loudly is the most reliable sign that you are closer than you have ever been. If this message is resonating with you, if you can feel the truth of these words landing in your body, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss what comes next. Now let me take you deeper into what is actually happening beneath the surface of your awareness. There is a concept in quantum mechanics called the observer effect. At the subatomic level, particles exist in a state of pure potential, a wave function of infinite possibilities, until they are observed. The act of observation itself is what collapses the wave function into a single, definite reality. The particle does not decide what to become on its own. It becomes what it becomes in response to consciousness looking at it. Now sit with that for a moment. Let that really land. Reality at its most fundamental level does not exist in a fixed state until consciousness interacts with it. The universe is not a machine running on autopilot. It is a living, responsive field that organizes itself around the point of attention, around the quality of observation, around the frequency of the observer. You are not living in a pre-built world trying to find your place in it. You are the builder. You are the observer whose very attention is calling reality into form moment by moment. And when your internal frequency shifts, when the observer changes, the reality that gets called into form must change with it. It has no choice. It is not a matter of belief or hope or positive thinking. It is the fundamental architecture of existence. So when I tell you that you are on the verge of a quantum jump, I am not speaking metaphorically. I am describing the literal mechanics of what happens when a conscious being undergoes a frequency shift significant enough to collapse an entirely new wave function, an entirely new set of possibilities, an entirely new timeline, and the exhaustion, the disorientation, the feeling of being between worlds. This is the space between the old wave function collapsing and the new one taking form. You are in the gap, the sacred, terrifying, beautiful gap where the old has released its hold, but the new has not yet fully materialized. This is the most powerful place you can possibly be, even though it feels like the most vulnerable. Think about what you have survived to get here. Not just the obvious things, not just the events you could list on paper, but the invisible battles. The wars fought entirely inside your own mind at 3 a.m. when no one was watching. The times you held yourself together with nothing but willpower and some fragile thread of faith that you could not even name. The moments when you smiled at the world while something inside you was shattering. Those were not moments of weakness disguised as strength. Those were acts of extraordinary power. Each one of them was a choice, conscious or not. To keep your heart open when closing it would have been so much easier. Each one was a declaration to the field of infinite possibility that you were not done, that you still believed, even when belief felt foolish, that you still chose love, even when love seemed to be the thing that hurt the most, and every single one of those choices was recorded. Not in some external ledger, not by some judgmental deity keeping score, but in the fabric of your own energy field, in the quantum signature of your being. Every act of courage, every moment of perseverance, every time you chose expansion over contraction, it altered your frequency. It refined your signal. It brought you 1 degree closer to the phase transition that is now upon you. I want to pause here and ask you something. What is the one thing you are finally ready to release? That old story, that old identity, that old pattern that has been running your life on repeat. Drop it in the comments right now. Name it. Because the moment you speak it, you begin to dissolve its power over you. Here is what most people miss about transformation. They think it is something that happens to you. They think one day the universe just decides it is your turn and drops blessings into your lap. But that is not how it works. Transformation is something that happens through you when you have done the internal work of becoming a vibrational match for what you are calling in. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. And you have spent years, perhaps without even realizing it, becoming someone capable of holding what is about to arrive. The loneliness was not punishment. It was incubation. The isolation was not rejection. It was protection. Your soul knew that what was being built inside you was too delicate, too important, too sacred to be subjected to the noise and opinions and energy of people who could not understand the process. So it created distance. It created space. It wrapped you in a cocoon of solitude that felt like abandonment, but was actually the deepest form of care. Because inside that cocoon, something extraordinary was happening. The caterpillar does not just grow wings inside the chrysalis. That is the sanitized version of the story we tell children. What actually happens is far more radical and far more relevant to what you are going through. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar completely dissolves. Its entire structure breaks down into a kind of biological soup. Imaginal cells, cells that carry the blueprint of the butterfly, begin to emerge. And at first, the remaining caterpillar cells attack them. The old system treats the new possibility as a threat, as an invader, as something to be destroyed. But the imaginal cells persist. They keep appearing. They find each other. They cluster together. And eventually, they reach a critical mass where the old system can no longer suppress them. The butterfly does not emerge because the caterpillar decided to change. The butterfly emerges because the caterpillar could no longer prevent the change from happening. You are those imaginal cells reaching critical mass. The old identity, the old patterns, the old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve, they have been attacking the new vision. They have been telling you it is not possible. They have been flooding you with evidence from the past to prove that transformation is not real, that people like you do not get to have lives like that. That hope is just a setup for disappointment. But the imaginal cells do not argue with the old system. They do not try to convince it. They simply keep becoming what they are. And that is all you need to do right now. Stop trying to convince your old self that change is coming. Stop trying to argue with the doubt. Stop trying to prove anything to the part of you that is dissolving. Just keep becoming. Keep breathing. Keep choosing the frequency of who you are, becoming over the memory of who you were. Let me tell you something about the nature of time that changes everything. We experience time as linear. Past, present, future. A straight line moving in one direction. But quantum physics tells us something radically different. At the quantum level, time does not work the way we experience it. All moments exist simultaneously. The past, the present, and the future are not separate locations on a timeline. They are different frequencies within the same field, different channels on the same radio. The reason you feel pulled toward a particular future, the reason you can sense something magnificent waiting for you even though you cannot see it yet, is because that future already exists. It is not being built. It is not being planned. It is already complete, already real, already vibrating at a frequency that is calling to you across what you perceive as time. And the version of you that lives in that reality, the version of you that has already made the leap, that version is not some distant hypothetical. That version is as real as you are right now. More real, in fact, because that version is not burdened by the density of doubt and fear and limitation that you are currently shedding. That version of you is reaching back through the field, sending signals, sending synchronicities, sending feelings and hunches and inexplicable moments of knowing. Every time you have felt a sudden certainty that everything is going to be okay, that was not wishful thinking. That was your future self communicating through the quantum field. Every time you have experienced a moment of peace in the middle of chaos, a moment where something deeper than your circumstances whispered, "Trust this," that was the resonance of a timeline that already holds your liberation. The quantum jump is not about creating something new. It is about aligning with something that already exists. It is about raising your frequency to match the reality that is already waiting for you. And the way you do that is not through effort. It is not through forcing or pushing or grinding. It is through release, through surrender, through the willingness to let go of everything you think you know about who you are and what is possible. Because the tight grip of the old identity is the only thing keeping you anchored to the old timeline. The moment you release that grip, you do not fall. You fly. What we have explored here about the observer effect, frequency shifts, and collapsing new timelines into form, only scratches the surface of how consciousness truly shapes reality. If you are ready to go deeper into the complete system of moving from unconscious to conscious transmission, including the 9 master frequencies and step-by-step practices for becoming the broadcast itself, you will find everything laid out in my book, Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery. It is linked in the pinned comment below. Tell me in the comments, have you been feeling it? That strange sense of being between two worlds, where the old life no longer fits but the new one has not fully arrived. I want to hear your experience because you are not alone in this. But let us talk about what release actually means, because it is one of the most misunderstood concepts in the entire landscape of transformation. Release does not mean giving up. It does not mean becoming passive. It does not mean lying on your couch waiting for the universe to deliver your new life in a gift-wrapped box. Release means letting go of your attachment to a specific identity. It means stopping the constant narration of who you are based on where you have been. Every time you tell yourself the story of your wounds, every time you rehearse the narrative of your suffering, every time you introduce yourself to your own mind as the person who was hurt, abandoned, betrayed, overlooked, you are casting a vote for the old timeline. You are reinforcing the wave function of the reality you say you want to leave. Release means you stop voting for that reality, not by denying what happened, not by pretending the pain was not real, but by recognizing that the story of what happened is not the same as who you are. The events were real. The pain was real. But the identity you built around them was a construction, a survival mechanism, a way of making sense of chaos. And it served you beautifully. It got you here. It kept you alive. But it cannot take you where you are going. You have to set it down. Not with anger, not with rejection, but with gratitude and grace. Thank it for its service. Honor what it carried. And then gently, firmly, lovingly, let it go. This is where it gets interesting. When you release the old identity, there is a moment, and it can last seconds or it can last weeks, where you do not know who you are. The old self has been released, and the new self has not fully formed. This is the void, the gap, the quantum space between timelines. And it is terrifying, because the human mind is designed to know. It is designed to categorize, to label, to predict, to control. And in the void, none of those functions work. You cannot think your way through the void. You cannot plan your way through it. You can only feel your way through it. You can only breathe your way through it. You can only trust your way through it. And this is exactly where you are right now. This is why everything feels strange. This is why you feel simultaneously exhausted and electric. Why you want to cry and laugh in the same breath. Why the world looks the same but feels completely different. You are in the void, and the void is not empty. It is full. It is the fullest place in all of existence because it contains every possibility. It is the quantum field in its purest state, before observation collapses it into form. And you, standing in the middle of it, are the observer who gets to choose what comes next. So let us talk about how you choose, not with your mind. Your mind is a beautiful instrument, but it operates on data from the past. It can only project forward what it has already experienced. It cannot conceive of something truly new. If you let your mind choose your next timeline, you will get a slightly improved version of your old one. A little more money, a slightly better relationship, a marginally more comfortable life, but not the quantum leap, not the phase transition, not the radical reorganization that your soul is calling for. To choose the timeline of your highest possibility, you have to drop below the mind, into the body, into the field of feeling, into the intelligence that existed before language, before thought, before the construction of the self you think you are. There is a place inside you, and you have felt it before, even if you could not name it. A place that knows, not thinks, not believes, not hopes, knows. It is the place that recognized truth the first time you heard it, before your mind could analyze whether it was logical. It is the place that pulled you towards certain people and away from others before you had any rational reason. It is the place that has been whispering to you in the quiet moments, in the space between breaths, in the seconds before sleep, telling you that something extraordinary is unfolding, even when every external circumstance suggested otherwise. That place is not your imagination. It is your deepest intelligence. It is the part of you that is already connected to the timeline you are jumping into. It is the part of you that has never been wounded, never been lost, never been confused. It has been waiting with infinite patience for you to stop listening to the noise long enough to hear its signal. Right now, I want you to do something with me. Not later, not after the video. Right now. Take a breath, a real breath, not the shallow automatic breathing that your body does on autopilot. A conscious breath. Pull the air down past your chest, past your solar plexus, all the way into the bowl of your pelvis. Feel your belly expand. Feel your ribs widen. Feel the breath touch places inside you that have been held tight for months, maybe years. And as you exhale, let it be slow. Let it be a release, not just of air, but of everything you have been carrying. The worry, the doubt, the need to figure it out, the pressure to have answers, the exhaustion of performing a version of yourself that no longer exists. Let all of it ride the exhale out of your body. Do it again. Breathe in, and this time as you inhale, I want you to feel the space that is being created, not just in your lungs, but in your energy field, in your consciousness. You are literally expanding the container of your being with each breath. You are making room. You are sending a signal to the quantum field that says, I am ready. I am open. I have space for what is coming. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let the muscles around your eyes release. Feel the armor you have been wearing begin to dissolve. Not because you are unsafe, but because you no longer need it. The war is over. The battle you have been fighting, the one that has consumed so much of your energy for so long, it is complete. You won. Not by conquering anything external, but by surviving the internal fire without losing your capacity to love. That is the victory. That is the credential. That is the proof that you are ready for what comes next. Now feel into your body with this new awareness. Notice where you still hold tension. Maybe it is in your neck, holding up a head that has been heavy with overthinking. Maybe it is in your chest, guarding a heart that has been broken open more times than you can count. Maybe it is in your stomach, clenching against a future it has been trained to fear. Wherever you find it, do not try to fix it. Do not try to force it to release. Just notice it. Just bring the light of your awareness to it. Because awareness itself is the healing agent. When you observe tension without judgment, without the need to change it, something remarkable happens. The tension begins to unwind on its own. Not because you forced it, but because tension can only exist in the dark. It can only maintain itself when it is unconscious. The moment you see it, really see it, it begins to dissolve. This is the observer effect playing out in your own body. Your attention is literally changing the state of your cells. Your consciousness is reorganizing your biology. You are not just imagining a shift, you are creating one at the most fundamental level of your physical existence. Stay in this space for a moment. Feel what it is like to be in your body without the armor. Feel what it is like to breathe without bracing for impact. This is not vulnerability. This is power. True power. The kind that does not need to defend itself because it is not threatened by anything. The kind that does not need to prove itself because it is self-evident. The kind that does not need to fight because it has already won the only battle that ever mattered, the battle with its own fear. This is the frequency of your new timeline. Not striving, not struggling, not surviving, but being. Fully, completely, unapologetically being. And from this state of being, reality reorganizes itself around you. Not because you demanded it, not because you visualized it hard enough, not because you said the right affirmation the right number of times, but because you became it. You stopped trying to attract a new life and you became the person who already lives it. That is the quantum jump. It is not a destination. It is an identity shift. It is the moment when you stop reaching for the future and realize the future has been reaching for you. Let me tell you what happens on the other side because you deserve to know what you are walking into. The first thing you will notice is that the heaviness lifts. Not all at once, not like flipping a switch, but like dawn breaking. Gradually and then suddenly. You will wake up one morning and realize that the weight you have been carrying is simply gone. Not because your circumstances changed overnight, but because your relationship to them that used to trigger you will pass through you like wind through an open window. People who used to drain you will either shift in your presence or naturally fall away without drama or conflict. Opportunities will begin appearing with a frequency that your logical mind will want to call coincidence, but your deeper knowing will recognize as confirmation. You will start to notice patterns, synchronicities that are so specific, so perfectly timed, so clearly orchestrated, that denial becomes more effort than acceptance. The right person will say the exact words you needed to hear at the exact moment you needed to hear them. A door will open in a wall you thought was solid. A path will reveal itself in a forest you thought was impenetrable. And you will realize with a certainty that brings tears to your eyes that you were never alone. Not for a single second. The intelligence that moves galaxies and grows forests and beats your heart 60 times a minute without you having to think about it. That intelligence has been guiding you the entire time. Through every dark night, through every impossible choice, through every moment of despair, it was there, holding you, shaping you, preparing you. And now it is delivering you to the threshold of everything you have been prepared for. But here is the part that requires your active participation. The quantum field responds to coherence. It responds to alignment between what you think, what you feel, and what you embody. If your mind says, "I am ready for my new life," but your body is still clenched in the posture of survival, the signal is incoherent. The field receives a mixed message, and mixed messages produce mixed results. This is why so many people understand transformation intellectually, but never experience it viscerally. They have the knowledge, but not the embodiment. They can explain the concepts, but they cannot live them. The bridge between understanding and experience is the body. It is always the body. Your body is not just a vehicle for your consciousness. It is an antenna. It is a transmitter. It is the instrument through which your frequency broadcasts into the quantum field. And right now, in this moment, you have the opportunity to tune that instrument to a frequency it has never held before, not by adding anything, but by removing the static, the tension, the fear, the holding patterns, the bracing, the clenching. All of that is static. It is noise that distorts your signal. And as you breathe, as you soften, as you release, the static clears. Your signal becomes pure, and a pure signal receives a pure response. I want you to consider something that might challenge everything you have been taught about how life works. What if you do not need to earn what is coming? What if the entire concept of earning your blessings is part of the old programming that kept you small? What if the universe is not a meritocracy that rewards effort and punishes laziness? What if it is a mirror that reflects back to you the frequency you are broadcasting? Not what you deserve based on how hard you have worked, but what you allow based on how open you are to receiving. Most of us were raised in a paradigm of earning. Work hard, get rewarded. Suffer enough, earn your relief, pay your dues, then collect your prize. And this paradigm kept us in a perpetual state of not yet worthy, not yet ready, not yet enough. Always one more sacrifice away from permission to be happy. But what if that entire framework was a lie? Not a malicious lie, but a misunderstanding so deep and so pervasive that entire civilizations were built on it. What if the truth is that you were born worthy? That your existence itself is the qualification? That the field of infinite possibility does not check your resume before granting you access to joy? It checks your frequency. It checks your openness. It checks whether the door of your being is open or closed. And right now, in this moment, you are opening that door wider than it has ever been. The people who seem to live charmed lives, the ones for whom everything seems to flow effortlessly, they are not luckier than you. They are not more deserving. They are not working some secret angle that you have not figured out. They simply have less resistance. Their signal is cleaner. They expect good things not because they have earned them, but because they have not been programmed to expect bad things. And you might think, well, that is easy for them. They did not go through what I went through. And you are right. They did not. Which means they do not have what you have. They do not have the depth. They do not have the resilience. They do not have the capacity that only comes from being forged in fire. When you combine the depth of your experience with the openness of someone who has released their resistance, you become something extraordinary. You become someone who can hold enormous blessings without being destabilized by them. Someone who can receive abundance without losing their center. Someone who can experience joy without the terrifying undercurrent of waiting for it to be taken away. That is what you are becoming. Right now, in this very breath, the universe does not give you what you can handle. That is another misunderstanding. The universe gives you what you are a vibrational match for, and your vibration is not determined by your circumstances. It is determined by your state of being. Two people can stand in the same storm and have completely different experiences based on their internal frequency. One sees destruction, the other sees cleansing. One feels victimized, the other feels liberated. The storm is the same. The experience is entirely different. And the reality that follows the storm, the reality that crystallizes out of the quantum field in response to each observer, will be as different as their frequencies are from each other. You have been standing in a storm, and instead of letting it destroy you, you let it cleanse you. Instead of closing down, you broke open. And that breaking open, that willingness to remain soft in the midst of hardship, has tuned your frequency to a channel that most people never access. A channel where reality is not something that happens to you, but something that flows through you. Where life is not a series of problems to be solved, but a dance to be embodied. Where you are not a separate self struggling against an indifferent universe, but a wave in an ocean that is made entirely of consciousness, entirely of intelligence, entirely of love. This is the timeline you are jumping into. Not a fantasy, not a fairy tale, a frequency, a way of being that is available to you right now because you have done the work of becoming available to it. And the fact that you are still here, still listening, still breathing with me, still feeling the resonance of these words in your body, that is not passive consumption. That is active alignment. Every moment you spend in this frequency, you are strengthening the signal. You are casting votes for the new timeline. You are telling the quantum field, this is who I am now. This is what I am available for. This is the reality I am collapsing into form. There is an ancient understanding, found in traditions across every culture and every continent, that the universe speaks to us in a language older than words. It speaks through feeling, through resonance, through the unmistakable knowing that arises when truth is present. And right now, something in you is responding to what you are hearing, not because I am telling you something you did not know, but because I am reminding you of something you have always known, something that was buried under layers of conditioning and fear and other people's definitions of what is possible. You knew, before anyone told you otherwise, that you were meant for something extraordinary, not extraordinary in the way the world defines it, not fame or fortune or external achievement, but extraordinary in the way that a sunrise is extraordinary, in the way that a single heartbeat is extraordinary, in the way that consciousness itself, the fact that anything exists at all, and that you are here to witness it, is the most extraordinary thing that has ever happened. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to express it. You are not here to earn love. You are here to radiate it. You are not here to find your purpose. You are here to embody it. And the exhaustion you have been feeling is the last remnant of the old paradigm. The paradigm that told you that you had to struggle and strive and sacrifice before you were allowed to simply be. That paradigm is ending. Not someday, not eventually. Now, in this breath, in this moment, in the quantum space between who you were and who you are becoming. Consider coming back to this message each morning before the world gets loud, letting it reset your frequency for the day. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, share this with them. When you pass along these words, you create a ripple in the quantum field that amplifies the shift for both of you, strengthening your own alignment while awakening something in them that is ready to be remembered. So here is what I want you to carry with you when this message ends. Not as a concept, not as an idea to think about, but as a living frequency to breathe into every cell of your body. You are not waiting for your life to begin. Your life has been in session this entire time. Every moment of pain was curriculum. Every moment of joy was confirmation. Every moment of confusion was the universe rearranging the furniture so that when you finally walked into the room, everything would be exactly where it needed to be. The room is ready. the table is set, the door is open, and the only thing standing between you and the life that is already yours is the willingness to stop identifying with the person who was not allowed to have it. Take one more breath with me. Deep, full, all the way down into the foundation of your being. And as you exhale, make a decision. Not with your mind, with your whole body, with your whole field. Decide that the old story is complete. Not wrong, not wasted, complete. Every chapter served its purpose. Every character played their role. Every plot twist led you exactly here. And here is where the new story begins. Not with fireworks and fanfare, but with a quiet, unshakable knowing that settles into your bones like sunlight settling into the earth after a long winter. You know, you have always known, and now you are ready to live from that knowing instead of hiding from it. The quantum jump is not something you have to make happen. It is something you allow by becoming so fully present, so fully aligned, so fully yourself that the old timeline simply cannot hold you anymore. You do not break free. You expand beyond, and the expansion is already underway. It has been underway for longer than you realize. Every struggle was part of it. Every tear was part of it. Every sleepless night and silent prayer and moment of inexplicable faith was part of it. You have been quantum jumping in slow motion this entire time. And now, right now, the process is accelerating. The slow motion is becoming real time. The gradual dawn is becoming sunrise. Welcome to the best chapter of your life. Not because everything will suddenly be easy, but because you will finally be fully here for it. Present, open, aligned, ready. Not the version of you that was built by fear, not the version that was shaped by other people's expectations, not the version that spent years trying to earn permission to exist. The real you, the one who was here before the stories, the one who will be here after them, the one who is, right now, in this breath, exactly where it was always meant to be. If something in these words touched a place inside you that you thought was closed, if something shifted in your chest or your belly or behind your eyes, honor that. That is not emotion. That is recognition. That is your deepest self saying, yes, I remember. And the most powerful thing you can do right now is let that recognition breathe. Let it expand. Let it become the foundation of everything that follows. You do not need to do anything else. You do not need to figure anything out. You do not need to plan or strategize or prepare. You just need to stay in this frequency. Protect it. Nurture it, let it grow, and watch with wonder and gratitude as reality reorganizes itself around the truth of who you have always been. This is your moment, not because the stars aligned or the calendar says so or some external authority granted permission. This is your moment because you made it so, because you walked through fire and kept your heart open. Because you chose again and again and again to believe in something you could not see. And that belief, that stubborn, irrational, beautiful belief, was not naive. It was prophetic. It was the future calling you forward. And you answered. You are answering right now, with every breath, with every moment of presence, with every cell of your being that is releasing the old and opening to the new. The quantum jump is not ahead of you. It is beneath you. It is within you. It is happening as the very fabric of who you are reorganizes around a truth so fundamental that once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You are not a person trying to have a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual experience learning what it means to be a person. And the person you are becoming, the one who lives in the timeline of your highest possibility, that person is not a stranger. That person is you without the weight, you without the doubt, you without the stories that told you to be less than what you are. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Feel the truth of that in your body. Feel the lightness of it, the freedom of it, the absolute, unshakable rightness of it. This is who you are. This is where you are going. This is what has been waiting for you on the other side of everything you have been through. And it is here, right here, right now, in this breath, in this body, in this beautiful, impossible, sacred moment of becoming. Stay in this frequency. Come back to it when the world gets loud. Come back to it when the old patterns try to reassert themselves. Come back to it when doubt whispers that nothing has changed. Something has changed. You have changed. And a changed observer changes everything they observe. That is not philosophy. That is physics. That is the most fundamental truth of the universe you live in. And now you know it. Not as a concept, as an experience, as a living, breathing reality that you carry in every cell of your being. This is the beginning of everything, and you did not stumble upon it by accident. You were led here by the same intelligence that turns seeds into forests and stardust into consciousness. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust what is unfolding. The best chapter of your life is not something you are waiting for. It is something you are stepping into with your very next breath. And to go even deeper into this shift that is already moving through you, watch you didn't find this by accident. Your quantum shift has started, where you will discover the exact signs that confirm your transformation is real, and learn how to anchor this new frequency so it becomes your permanent state of being.